The Halal Times, the voice of Ummah. Breaking news. In what may become the most defining moment of this war, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has reportedly ordered the Israel Defense Forces to fully occupy the Gaza Strip. With over 75% of Gaza already under Israeli control, this latest order marks a complete collapse of any ceasefire hopes, a hard turn away from diplomacy, and a blatant step toward a long-envisioned goal: the permanent occupation of Gaza. According to the Jerusalem Post, the directive was delivered directly to IDF Chief of Staff Yael Zamir with a chilling ultimatum: implement the order or resign. Israeli media, including the Times of Israel, confirms that Netanyahu has privately referred to the plan as the occupation of the Strip. Most of the Israeli ministers, including Netanyahu, were using a passive term for occupation, which was re-entering the enclave. But now that passive term is also no longer used to hide the real intentions. Rather, directly, occupation is being used to invade the territories of Gaza. This implies that the language is no longer coded, that's no longer speculation, it's now policy, which is being implemented in real time. What is the official justification for this occupation and invasion? The goal is to ratchet up the pressure on Palestinian resistance to free Israeli hostages. But let's be honest, everyone now knows that this isn't and never was about the hostages. If it were, Netanyahu wouldn't have ignored repeated ceasefire proposals. He wouldn't have sabotaged peace efforts. He wouldn't have allowed the suffering of hostages' families to become political currency. The truth is that the occupation has always been the goal, and this moment was always part of the plan. For months, no, for years, far-right Israeli politicians have pushed for what they call the reclamation of Gaza, a divinely gifted land in their extremist vision of a greater Israel. Since day one of this assault, they have made no secret of it. Netanyahu's government has slowly paved the way by konistitnenelt. Netanyahu's government has been blocking ceasefires, eliminating mediators, disregarding international law, purposefully starving civilians, including babies, to death, and weaponizing their suffering to justify the unimaginable. And now it's happening, in full view of the world. If this is merely a conspiracy theory and not the truth, then why, just 2 days ago, did Israel's far-right National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir pray at the Al-Aqsa compound while fully aware that Jews are not permitted inside the compound in occupied East Jerusalem, thereby violating a decades-old arrangement at one of the most sensitive locations in the Middle East? This is because this was all pre-planned, and praying within the holy Al-Aqsa Mosque was either a form of celebration or a part of their ritual to announce the occupation of Gaza. As of now, more than 60,000 Palestinians have been brutally eliminated. 20,000 of them are children. In just 1 month, July 2025, 82 adults died from hunger. 93 children have perished to starvation since the onset of the war, most under 5 years old. And this clearly isn't a war. This is deliberate starvation, collective punishment, and genocidal violence disguised as security. According to the UN, nearly 1,400 Palestinians have died just trying to reach food aid, many shot near distribution points run by an American contractor with Israeli military support. And where is the world? Where is the so-called international community, the UN, the International Court of Justice? They are all silent and helpless, or worse, complicit. The UN have proven that all they can do when it comes to Israel is to just pass statements and judgments, but to turn words into action and to make Israel accountable, they are unable to do so. All these institutions, designed to uphold law, justice, and human rights, have now proven to be powerless paper tigers. They express condemnation verbally, yet fail to take concrete action. Meanwhile, the people are speaking. Tens of thousands marched in Tel Aviv. demanding an immediate ceasefire and a hostage deal. In the UK, thousands of people have protested against Israel's actions. In Australia, 90,000 people took to the streets, calling for humanitarian aid to be allowed into Gaza and an end to the mass extermination of Palestinians. The message is clear. The people of the world see through the lies. They know this isn't about security. This is about power, land, and ethnic domination. This news is breaking but not surprising. The occupation of Gaza was always the endgame. The mask has now been removed. The world is witnessing the brutal emergence of a modern-day apartheid state, characterized by tanks, starvation, and systematic erasure. That's all for today. If you found the video informative and engaging, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Jazak Allahu khairan.